Hello, everyone. Welcome back. This is probably the final episode of 428 Shibuya Scramble. I'm here with Yoshi.
What's up, folks?
Last time we saw an ending, a good ending, not a bad ending. So we got some bonus content. But before we get to that stuff, we got to see the true ending. But there is one thing I wanted to show you that took place earlier on in the timeline before we start changing things.
Okay. But so you're saying that the ending that we saw, where basically Osawa died and everyone else lived happily ever after, but then Alphard was turned out to be in cahoots with Tommy's boss, Stanley's boss. You're saying that was not the real ending?
It's not the complete ending.
Okay.
If you do the true ending, like, I think most of that stuff still happens, but there's just, like, more.
Okay.
There's, like, an additional scene or something.
Very cool.
But there's one thing I wanted to do.
Let's do it. Well, then let's do it.
When we are with Minonikawa, and this guy shows up, the taxi driver, if we have him take us to the labyrinth in Harajuku. If you don't know what a labyrinth is, it's just like a maze. Here, I guess we'll just read it out. The labyrinth in Harajuku, you said? Kimizuka quirked an eyebrow.
Is something the matter?
No, nothing at all. Hurry up and get in. As soon as Minonikawa and the others had climbed into the cab, Kimizuka tore off through Shibuya's network of narrow side streets. The passengers in the back seat jostled roughly back and forth to the sound of screeching tires. Yeah, we read all of this. Right? This is the same. Once we get there, though, what business do you have at this labyrinth? You're interviewing SOS, blah blah blah. I didn't realize there'd be all this dialogue before we get there. Yes, I do. Thinking about Toyama. Old Toyama. Back when he wasn't whiny. Alright. Oh, I can skip forward a little bit, but not that much. Oh yeah, here's this van. It's just roaming around. Okay, are we here? Alright, here we are, sir. The labyrinth.
You're a lifesaver.
Just be sure to be careful, sir.
Huh? What? What are we being careful about?
Nothing. You just wait here in the car. You still got that copy to finish up, yeah?
Well, yes. Alright then. Uh-huh.
Type.
And you wait here too.
But of course, that goes without saying. Incidentally, you have 49 minutes and 6 seconds remaining. I don't remember if that was his voice.
Something like posh and fussy, I would assume.
Yeah, I don't think I gave him an English accent, though. I think it might have been just like posh, as posh an American accent can get. Haughty American. Alright.
Phew. Here goes.
He drew his leg back and gave the door a hearty kick.
What the heck? What is this place?
Alright, welcome to Labyrinth. Minorikawa had come to a pitch-black void. A cold wind blew from deep within the darkness, carrying with it the sound of a bestial roar.
It almost looked like a dungeon of some sort.
Minorikawa said.
Well, I anticipated this much. You did?
He pulled a fountain pen from his pocket.
It's no good bringing your gear with you if you don't actually equip it.
He said. Pen clutched firmly in his right hand, he strode boldly into the darkness.
Oh, a branching path, huh?
He'd been walking for some time now. Up ahead, there was a T that led both left and right.
And that sign here looks pretty important.
Minorikawa peered closely at the 4 lines written there.
The honest one tells no lies. A liar never tells the truth. One is honest, 2 are liars. See if you can find what's true.
You know, I'll take notes just in case. Honest one tells no lies. Liar never tells the truth. 1 is honest. 2 are liars. Good to know.
This reminds me of that puzzle that I always try to get people to do, but no one is ever interested in doing because it's too hard. Seeking the truth, huh? That's something I can get fired up about.
Did you try to get me to do that puzzle?
I must have. I was obsessed with it for like a few years. We can talk about it during the sign-off. It's really interesting.
Okay. Minorikawa decided to go...
to the right. You're supposed to read this, not me.
Sorry, I was making notes that we went to the right.
Oh, okay.
After making his way along a chilly passage, he emerged into a chamber of about 10 square meters. A green cat wore a white sign around its neck. Green cat, white sign.
I have whiskers? What's that all about?
I have whiskers. The green cat grinned proudly at Minorikawa's inquiry.
It's a hint,
The cat said.
it's saying that whatever it is has whiskers.
I see. So by getting hints like this, I'll eventually be able to solve some riddle with and win the challenge?
I can't answer any questions. All you get is what's written here. Now, proceed.
I don't need to fight you or anything?
Nothing of the sort.
He just answered a question!
I'm not much into pain, really. Instead, I'll leave you with a warning.
The green cat lowered its voice. There's a liar in here.
A liar.
Yes, the blue cat is a liar. Only the green cat tells the truth. Oh, I gotta
Okay,
mark
so
this
that
down.
may or may not be true.
It says blue cat is liar. And green cat is true.
The blue cat is a liar?
Keep that in mind and be on your way. You mustn't believe what the blue cat tells you. Alrighty then. See ya.
But are we supposed to infer from the fact that he said I have whiskers that he's the truthful cat? That would be too easy, right?
So the
Oh, that's not about
that's a
him.
hint.
That's about
So
something
like
else.
once you get to the end of the dungeon, it's gonna ask you what is the thing that all the hints are for.
Oh, okay.
You're gonna put all the hints
Okay.
together and guess what like the final object or creature or something is.
Okay.
And so one hint is I have whiskers, but we don't know exactly if
It's
that's
true or not.
a true or not statement. Yeah.
Okay, I get it.
And with that, the green cat scampered off down the passageway. Minorikawa
Classic cat
followed
behavior.
in the same direction. He came to a dead end. There was a large hole in the floor. A ladder extended down through the darkness. There appeared to be no other way to continue. Minorikawa headed down. From the bottom of the long ladder, another passageway stretched out. Minorikawa squinted, but it was too dark to see how far the tunnel might go on. He could still turn back, but it wasn't the Minorikawa way to bail out after coming so far. He walked onward, never looking back. How would you react if you just stumbled onto this, if you made this choice like jokingly, and this happened? You found, like, a dungeon.
I think I would react with delight. I love stupid shit like this.
After a
Pardon
while,
my French.
he reached another T, a choice of left and right again. Minorikawa went
The left.
to the left. Hey again. The blue cat greeted him unenthusiastically. Alright, we got a blue cat. As before, it wore a sign around its neck. Minorikawa read the message.
I can't move under my own power. Huh.
Well, I'm writing it down. Under my own power. Power. He jotted the words down on the palm of his hand. Wait, doesn't he have a notebook? That's fine.
Yeah, just a pen. He didn't equip the notebook.
That's
He only
true.
equipped the pen. We'll learn more about that equipping mechanic during our Final Fantasy playthrough.
Oh yeah.
So stay tuned.
I think.
Ah,
that's
shoot. I wrote can't moat by mistake.
He tried to rub out the misspelled word with his fingers, but only managed to smudge the ink around. You got that? Yeah, you got that. Later then.
Hey, hold up.
Minorikawa called out before the blue cat could disappear. What is it? The cat asked.
Well, I kind of messed up the note I just took.
Then hurry up and fix it.
Sorry about this. Okay, got it.
Later then.
Hold up.
What now?
I have to ask. Are you the liar?
No, I'm not. The red one is the liar.
Really?
Let me see. Red one is the liar, is what he says. Really? You
Okay,
can rest
so-
easy on that. Now I really do need to be going.
So, there's the green one said the blue one's the liar, and the blue one said the red one's the liar. So there's no way that there's no way that both of those are true, because there are not two cats to tell the truth, right?
Yeah, because there's only one honest person and two liars.
So either it's false that the blue one is a liar, or it's false that the red one is the liar. So the green one is definitely a liar. Wait, Yeah. And the green one said that the blue one's the liar, so the blue one is telling the truth? Is that right?
Well, let's keep going and see. I don't know. I'm letting you do all the thinking. I'm just writing it out. If you want to hear any notes I took to remember stuff, you can let me know. But I don't think it will come into play until we get to the end. Wiping away the text from the whiteboard around its neck, the blue cat turned and vanished into the darkness. Minorikawa followed in the same direction. He came to a dead end. There was a large hole in the floor. The ladder extended down through the darkness. There appeared to be no other way to continue. It was practically begging him to climb down it. From the bottom of the long ladder stretched another passageway. Minorikawa squinted, but it was too dark to see how far the tunnel might go on. He was starting to think it might be a good idea to turn back, but he couldn't bear to give up now. He walked onward, never looking back. After some distance, he arrived at a four-way intersection. A sweet-smelling aroma wafted in from the passageway to the left. Minorikawa went
Straight ahead, baby.
We're ignoring that smell.
Oh, I forgot about the smell.
Oops.
Okay.
After walking down a stretch of dreary passages, he arrived at another small room. Silence. Complete and utter. Sorry, I should mark that we went straight.
There wasn't anyone here?
He scanned the surrounding darkness, but saw no sign of anyone lurking nearby. Well, if nobody was there, nobody was there. Minorikawa decided to press on. Then a voice called out from behind him. Please, wait up! Whew. Sorry about that. Didn't mean to keep you waiting. The red cat came rushing in. My apologies. I'm not such a great runner. The cat smiled and jiggled its chubby tummy. So
Wait,
yeah,
so that's a lie. He is a great runner.
I'm the honest red cat. When I meet someone for the first time, I say, nice to meet you. If I've already met them, I say hello. If I can't remember if I've met them, I fall back on nice weather we're having. Minorikawa read the words written on the cat's sign.
I have 4 legs. Got it.
4 legs. Once he jotted down the hint, Minorikawa slipped around the red cat and started down the passageway beyond. Oh, are you leaving already? The red cat called after him.
Yeah. I've already seen the hint.
Won't you take it a little bit easier?
How come? Is there some sort of problem?
No, it's not that.
Well, if there's no problem.
Minorikawa headed onward. The red cat hurriedly caught up and made his way past him, holding its big head and its belly as it ran on into the darkness. Minorikawa came to a dead end. There was a large hole in the floor. And naturally, there was a ladder. Minorikawa headed down as a matter of course. Chow, 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 chow. At the bottom of the absurdly long ladder was, as expected, another long, narrow passageway. No longer harboring any thought of turning back, Minorikawa pressed onward. Another 4-way passage. After some distance, he arrived at a 4-way intersection. A breeze was blowing from the passageway to the right. Minorikawa went.
That was really cool because I had my fan on. So when it said that, it was like the fan blew on me. It was like an immersive
Ooh.
joint, you know. I felt the breeze. And then I went straight ahead, baby.
No breeze, please. Ah. You're back again. Oop, I should mark. He went straight. Looks like another red cat. I live in Africa. He'd arrived at yet another room, and the red cat stood there, panting heavily. Do you think,
Wait, so then he's not a good runner, but he's the liar.
do, do you think all
He's
these
a liar.
do you think all these cats are the same person, just swapping out cat suits and running past you?
Yeah, like that one episode of that show that you didn't like very much.
Which show?
Avatar.
Oh, that was a thing. Minotikawa
There was a guy.
Oh.
There was a guy who kept pretending to be. He said he had a twin brother, and he would like. He's like, my twin brother works at the other store, and then he'd like run over there and be like, "Hey guys, it's me. I'm the twin brother." And they were like, "This guy is weird," because it was clearly just him.
Oh, I don't remember that.
Little Easter egg for the Avatar heads at home.
Minotikawa read the words written on its sign. Bad show, by the way.
You're just trying to get engagement.
Yeah,
You're just
I'm
trying to
trying
get.
to get engagement. How else are we gonna get comments on this video?
Yeah, we have to just like express like the least popular opinions ever. I hope that someone will call us out. I live in Africa. Huh.
No need to worry. The red cat only ever tells the truth.
You seem to be in pretty bad shape there.
Huff, herf, worf. The cat broke
Oh,
out in a little
I
coughing
see.
fit.
He's pretending. Now, okay, so that actually checks out. He's pretending to be in bad shape. Well, anyway,
Minotikawa said.
guess I'd better move along.
But as he began to head down the passageway, the red cat hurried to bar his path.
What is it?
Oh, nothing in particular.
Could you please get out of my way then?
How come?
Because I need to keep going.
Where are you going?
Up your butt and around the corner. Onward from here.
Oh, I see. The red cat frowned and clicked its tongue.
As cats are known to do. Did you just click your tongue at me?
Of course not.
See, I was a liar.
The red cat turned and hurried away, coughing intermittently and shooting resentful looks over its shoulder as it went. Minotikawa followed in the same direction. Another ladder? Here we go. There was yet another hole in the floor. Sick of having to deal with ladders, Minotikawa just jumped straight down.
That's not smart. You take fall damage.
He landed with an elegant flourish, like a gymnast finishing a routine. He had to have fallen a few dozen meters.
Oh, wait. That's really far. I read. So this is just a little Easter egg for the falling heads at home. I read that the LD50 of falling is 40 feet.
LD50?
That's like the dose of something at which it would kill half of the population.
Oh, wow.
So that's like exactly what a few dozen meters is, though. It's like 40 feet. So he actually flourished after falling a lethal distance.
Minotikawa could hear feline mewling coming from the passageways to the left and right. He went.
Straight ahead, baby.
Alright, onward and upward. For a while the path was similar to those before, but then, suddenly, his vision field
Try
opened
again.
up. Whoa.
What the heck? Where am I?
He was in a wide open field full of yellow flowers blooming. Across the way was an old manor. Did someone actually live in a place like this? No, that was preposterous. This place was buried deep in the depths of the earth. Was he hallucinating? No. The sight before him was unmistakably real. It was far too tangible to be some dream or illusion.
Should I keep going? Silly question. Going on is my only option.
Minorikawa felt drawn to the manor and started walking toward it.
Walking pretty fast here.
He reached the creaky front doors, opened them slowly, and made his way inside.
Hello?
He called out.
Guess nobody's home. What's that? Ah, hold on. Wait, what's going on? Huh? Who are you? I'm Minoru Minorikawa. Hey, stop it. Stay back. Don't come any closer. Stay. Whoa. Woof. Gah.
The echoing of his protracted scream was cut off by the sound of the front door slamming shut. After that, nobody saw Minorikawa ever again.
This is bad end.
Ooh. Where should we go? You want to redo the dungeon again, or is that enough?
Yeah. No, we need to get to the bottom of this. What the heck? What is this place?
Alright. Can we skip forward to... No, we can't.
Sweet.
We've seen this before. Alright, are we gonna go the same direction? Yeah, he did just pull out a fountain pen. A branched path. Alright, are we gonna go right again, or you want to go left?
No. No. Let's go to the left, to the left, to the left.
One is honest, two are liars. We're going to the left. What do we find at the left? After making his way along a chilly passage, he emerged into a chamber of about 10 square meters. We got a blue cat. A blue cat wore a white sign around its neck.
I'm black and white. What's all that about? What's that all about?
Hold on, let me write it down. I'm black and white.
So that's true. Because this is the true cat.
The blue cat's heavy head wobbled as it answered Minorikawa's inquiry. It's a hint saying that whatever it is black and white.
I get it. So by getting hints like this, I'll eventually be able to solve some riddle and win the challenge.
No questions, please. All you get is what's written here. Now go forth.
Is that it? Wouldn't we normally have a battle here?
No, that's not my thing. It only
You're not
makes
supposed to answer that.
Besides-
You're the true cat.
that weapon of
You
yours is way too flimsy.
He stuffed his fountain pen back into his pocket.
A pen is best used as a pen,
Blue cat said.
See, that's true.
but more importantly,
The cat lowered his voice.
there's a liar in here.
Wait, there's two liars.
There's
right
two
there,
liars
right?
and an honest.
Yeah. And this is an honest one. Liar?
Yes, of course, I would never tell a lie, but everything the red cat says is untrue.
Red cat is a liar?
Yeah, a bold-faced liar. The boldest faced of all.
Bold as face, huh?
Keep careful notes with that pen of yours and carry on. Bye!
And with that, the blue cat scampered off down the passageway. He said the red cat
He's
was a
always
liar before
doing
also.
cute stuff like that. Huh?
Last
said
time we
what?
met the blue cat, he mentioned that the red cat's a liar also. So I wonder if all the cats share the same hint. Minodekawa followed in the same direction.
Every cat will always. Oh wait.
I was just wondering.
Yeah.
Came to a dead end. There's a large hole. There appeared to be no way to continue. He headed down. From the bottom of the long ladder, another passageway stretched out. He squinted, but it was too dark. Didn't want to turn around, so he just kept going and didn't look back. Alright. We've got a choice of left and right again.
Let's go to the left.
What do we got here? Meow. This time, it was the green cat that awaited him in the room at the end of the tunnel. As before, it wore a sign around its neck. Minodekawa read the message.
I'm sweet. So it's edible then?
He jotted down the words on the palm of his hand. You got that? Yeah, you got that. Later then. But as the cat started to leave, Minodekawa called out.
Wait, hold on.
The cat stopped. What is it?
The blue cat told me something earlier. It said the red cat is a liar.
Oh, yeah?
Is that true?
Everything the blue cat says is a lie. You mustn't believe it. The only one who speaks the truth is me, the green cat. Remember that, okay?
So that's not true.
Then the green cat pointed and winked at Minodekawa before
Wait, so I mean, is it,
jauntily off
that
down the-
even if we knew nothing else, though, that would obviously not be true, right? Because that would just be a contradiction. Because he just said that both he and the red cat tell the truth. Don't
That is-
say that you're too lazy to think about it.
That is true. Sorry, I was
Okay.
looking at my notes.
No,
That is
it's
true.
okay. It's okay. I'm just giving you a really hard time tonight.
Just getting ready. Really into this dungeon. Just before it vanished from sight, it appeared to stumble over something and nearly fall. Oh, the cat. Minodekawa forged on, following after it. Yet another dead end, with yet another hole in the floor, with yet another ladder extending into the darkness. And down we go. From the bottom of the long ladder, another passageway stretched out.
The ladder's like, oh, Minodekawa, I would just hate it if you climbed down me.
I would hate it!
Whatever you do, don't use me to descend to a different floor of the dungeon. It's like, I'll show you.
I should have grabbed bigger paper. This is not a lot of paper. I'm running out of space. A sweet-smelling aroma wafted in from the passageway to the left. Are we going to check out that sweet stuff, or are we going to go to the right?
Yeah, I'm on a left kick.
All
It's a little
right.
Easter egg for all the left heads at home. Going left, baby.
Following the fragrant aroma, Minodekawa arrived at a small room. A chicken was standing there, grilling up some rice cakes. Or mochi, for the mochi heads in the chat. It had arranged them on a grill over a charcoal brazier and was using a brush to coat them in oil. They looked delicious. Minodekawa swallowed, his mouth watering.
Hey, mind if I have one of those?
He asked. The chicken gave a nod.
If you have some seaweed to wrap them in, they're ready to eat, but
Minodekawa took a look around. If someone was cooking rice cakes in a dreary place like this, it seemed reasonable to expect a shelf or something with some seaweed nearby. After all, there was a charcoal grill set up and everything. He soon caught a whiff of the scent of the seashore.
Hmm?
Oh, that's Minotaur. Where was the smell coming from? There wasn't any sort of shelf. After a moment, he realized that the aroma was coming from the walls themselves. He reached out to touch one and felt the telltale coarse texture of dried nori.
I see. These black walls are the seaweed.
Now it made sense that the chicken had come to a place like this in order to grill up some rice cakes. Minorikawa grabbed at the edge of one wall and peeled a piece off. But then the entire wall began to shake. Its structural integrity was compromised.
Whoa, what gives? What's going on?
A section of wall toppled toward Minorikawa. It was heavy. Far heavier than seaweed ought to be. Then the other walls began to collapse in around it.
Whoa!
You died.
You died.
Bad end. You want to try again, or?
Yeah. You may have made a mistake bringing me here, because I'm not going to stop until we finish this.
Let me choose go to sleep, because I want to get at least one, like, lock one bad ending in, just
Okay.
because, Okay, so there are 3 cats. Yeah. Bad end. Game over. Okay. Whoa. Yeah, this is what I wanted to unlock. A white bookmark. We just needed one more bad end to get a white bookmark.
Heartbeat of Spring. I think that's a magic card.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's skim quickly to the labyrinth. Okay. In the meantime, let me clean up this notebook. Get a new page.
I just looked it up, by the way. Interestingly, it is a magic card from a Japanese-inspired set.
Oh, really? Heartbeat of
Yeah.
Spring. Do you think it's inspired by this, or was this inspired by the magic?
When did this come out?
2008, I think, in Japan.
So it's actually right around the same time that the card came out.
Ah,
They're probably both referencing something from Japanese mythology.
I see. Yeah, it could be. What is heartbeat in Japanese? Is it doki doki? Doki doki no haru?
Yeah, it sounds right.
Alright, we're in the labyrinth. Which way are we gonna go first, left or right? I guess I'll let that once we get to that point.
Let's go Let's go right. I'm tired of going left.
Done with all that. To the right, you're gonna meet a green cat. The hint will be, I have whiskers.
I have whiskers, which is not true. So what do we actually know? We know that it can't move under its own weight.
Alright, so the green cat has given us the hints, I have whiskers and I'm sweet. The blue cat
Okay.
has given us the hint, I'm black and white, I can't move under my own power. And the red cat has given us the hints, I have 4 legs and I live in Africa.
Okay. So it does not have 4 legs, it does not live in Africa, it does not have whiskers, and it's not sweet. It is black and white and bad at moving.
Jumping down another hole. Look at these seaweed walls. Do you think the floor and the ceiling is made of seaweed also?
Probably, but I think we do best not to find out. Maybe we could lick it.
Alright, we're gonna go left or right? Previously we went left.
So let's go right.
I guess it does show us what we did previously.
Hello.
This time, in the room at the far end of another long straight passage, he found a red cat waiting. This one likewise had a sign around its neck. Minodikawa read the message.
I'm a fast runner. Huh.
He took his pen back out and jotted down the words on the palm of his hand. Have you got that? The red cat asked. Yeah, you've got it. Anyway, I'm off.
Wait, hold on.
Minodikawa called out. The cat stopped.
The green cat earlier told me something. And so the blue cat is a liar.
Ah, is that so?
So what about you then?
I only speak the truth.
Really?
Whether you believe that or not is up to you. Anyway, I'm off. Using its paws to hold up its floppy belly, the red cat scampered off. Minodikawa followed in the same direction. He came to a dead end. There was a large hole in the floor. A ladder extended down through the darkness. There appeared to be no other way to continue. It was practically begging him to climb down it. From the bottom of the long ladder stretched another passageway. Minodikawa squinted, but it was too dark to see how far the tunnel might go on. He was starting to think it might be a good idea to turn back now. But he didn't. Instead, he reached another T, a choice of left and right again. Which way?
Let's go to the right.
We're on the right crew, huh?
Yeah. It's right is yeah. It's all about it's a right kind of day. I'm round.
The blue cat stood there panting raspily. Minodikawa read the words written on his white sign.
I'm round.
That's right, and that's no lie. It's the red cat who tells lies after all.
Right. Got it.
Make sure you hammer this hint into your noggin, okay?
I'll be fine. Right. Time to move on.
Blue cat hurried to bar his path.
Wait up. You don't need to be in such a hurry. Have yourself a little rest before you go.
Sorry, but I don't have time to dilly-dally.
Doesn't need to be for very long.
No, I'm heading off.
I'm frowning in consternation now. You really shouldn't rush so much. It's bad for your health.
With a flurry of paw swipes, the cat wiped its signboard clear. Then it scurried away, scowling back resentfully at Minodikawa as it went. Minorikawa followed in the same direction.
Pardon me.
He came to a dead end. There was a large hole in the floor, and naturally, there was a ladder. Minorikawa headed down as a matter of course. A passageway stretched into the darkness, and Minorikawa went forward. Another left-right. A breeze was blowing from the right.
To the right. Let's check out that breeze. Oh, wait. No, is that going to kill us?
I think it's gonna kill us.
Okay, well. Guess what? We're doing it again.
Making his way toward the source of the breeze, he spotted a light far in the distance ahead. Could it be? There was no doubt about it.
It's the exit.
Minorikawa broke into a full-on sprint. And yet, no matter how much he ran, he couldn't seem to reach his destination. On and on he went, but as far as he could tell, the exit got no closer. Meanwhile, the hallway was getting lower and narrower. Soon the ceiling had descended to just above his head, and the walls had closed in until he could touch both simultaneously. Before long, he had to turn sideways to continue. Still he pressed ahead until he no longer had the space to stand. Then he dropped to all fours and crawled along. Eventually he was forced to writhe along on his belly. Even then, the distant view of the outside seemed impossibly far away. He went on until the passageway was a mere 30 centimeters wide. Scrunching his body up, he forced himself even further along. Finally, he could see that the exit was getting near. It looked like he maybe had 10 more meters to go. Minorikawa stretched himself out like an earthworm, inching his way along. And then, unexpectedly, his outstretched right hand thrust through the opening and emerged outside. He felt the warm caress of the air against his fingers.
Whoa. What the?
He thought the exit was 10 meters away, but it was really just a 10-centimeter hole right in front of him. He tried to back up, only to discover that his body was stuck, and there was no way he could go forward through that tiny hole. The only part of him that remained free to move was his hand on the outside.
Hey, somebody help.
He flapped his hand around, shouting through the opening.
Somebody get me out of here.
Sometime later, an urban legend spread through Shibuya, a tale of a hand that would appear out of thin air, grab unsuspecting passers-by, and spirit them away. So, for this, hopefully last run, the sweet
don't think
smell
it's
and
gonna
the
be the last
breeze are
bad.
bad.
Okay. As soon as I picked it, I knew that the breeze was going to be bad.
Have you, do you know of a manga guy named Junji Ito?
No.
He does like little horror manga, and there's one called what's it called? Amagihara Fault? Let me look it up. Oh, which way did you want to go, by the way?
Let's go to the right again.
Okay. The Enigma of Amigara Fault, where you're going to the right.
Yeah.
There's like these holes, these human-shaped holes that are found in like the side of a mountain. and there are people, like the people who found it, they're like, wait a minute, that hole, like, that's my hole, and they go inside the hole. And I don't know, it's pretty interesting. I'd recommend it.
Okay. The description you gave was less than compelling, but
Define
I'm
it.
gonna try because you've rarely led me astray in the past. I'm gonna trust that it actually is interesting and cool.
Maybe I can send you the Imgur. People-shaped holes. What do you think the object
The
is?
thing is?
Yeah.
So it's black and white. It's not good at moving. And has the blue cat told us anything else? I'm
The
round?
last, yeah, I'm round is the last blue cat clue.
It's round. It's black and white, and it can't move under its own power.
Which way do you want to go?
To the right.
To the right.
It's what's round and black and white. Can't move. Its own power. I don't know. Things that are spherical are usually good at moving, so maybe it's round like a the way that like a plate is round.
Hmm. Like it's flat. It's not spherical.
Right, right. It's like a short cylinder. So what would that be? Black and white. So most things are not black and white. I'm really not sure.
All right, which way are we gonna go? We've been to the right before.
Maybe it's a really overweight biracial person, because overweight people sometimes described as being round. It's black and it's white, you know, because maybe their dad was white and their mom was black or something, and they're so overweight that they can't move.
Under their own power, yeah. They have
Yeah,
to.
so it's like Lenny Kravitz's like morbidly overweight brother. Or something.
Which way do you want to
Okay,
go?
so we'll go to the left now because we already went to the right.
All right. Let's see if we get a new hint here. After walking down the stretch of dreary passages, he arrived at another small room. Silence, complete and utter.
There isn't anyone here.
Scanned the surrounding darkness. Well, if nobody was there, nobody was there. Please wait up. Oh, we're here. We're at this spot again.
Oh wait, yeah, we were done this, but we got
Okay, so that's
in a
where
different way.
that's where it connects. I see. Red Cat came rushing in. Not a great runner. Look at my chubby tummy. Yeah, I'm the honest Red Cat. When I meet someone for the first time, I say, nice to meet ya. If I've already met them, I say hello. If I can't remember if I've met them, I fall back on nice weather we're having. So, a nice weather we're having. What was that one? I can't move under my own power, and then you wrote I moat. Oops, I wrote I moat.
I can't moat.
Alright. Naturally, there's a ladder. You know how I headed down. Alright, so I'm guessing this next... Oh, we have 3 options. Middle, left, right. Yeah, we did go
Okay,
straight.
no breeze.
We went straight.
So let's go to the left.
Going to the left? Oh, yeah, yeah. There's a breeze
Yeah.
going to the right. Oh, good job on making it this far. It's the green cat. And the white sign around its neck read,
I'm yellow. Huh. Well, may as well note that down, I guess.
Norikawa
Even though we know
grumbled
it's
quietly as he did so.
Bunch of bull poop.
When he looked up, the green cat was giving him a pouty stare. Hey, what gives? It asked. What's with the attitude?
Huh?
You don't think I'm being helpful?
No, not especially.
Not especially. Seriously? Ugh, you don't think I'm some no-good liar, do you?
Aren't you a liar, though?
My, how disrespectful. After all I've done to give you good info. Well, that's it. I quit. Green cat out.
What do you mean, good info?
Nope, too late, man. I ain't telling you nothing. You get jack squat now.
Well, you're pretty pissed off, huh?
Harumph. Go ahead and let that lying blue cat deceive you for all I care. And with that, the green cat hippity hopped away.
What the heck?
Norikawa murmured.
It's a cat, not a rabbit.
Continuing on his way, he soon came to another hole in the floor. Sick of having to deal with ladders, Norikawa jumped straight down. He did it
With a
again.
flourish?
Just before crashing headfirst into the floor, Norikawa spun around in midair and landed nimbly on his feet.
But was there a flourish?
No, it looks like he landed like a cat. He had to have fallen
Oh.
a few dozen meters. Alright, left or right? After a while, he reached another T. He could hear feline mewling coming from the passageway to the left. He went. I
To the
think
right.
I
Oh,
think
okay,
we should check out the mewling.
Okay.
Because last time when we ignored the mewling, it led to that manor.
All right, folks, he's getting impatient.
Well,
All
we're
right.
almost at the hour mark, and we still haven't seen the true ending. So
No.
you know, this is just my
No,
guess.
but
We
we're-
haven't checked out mewling yet. We've seen what happens when he does sweet stuff and the thing. I think mewling is okay because we got to follow the cats, right? In the next room, the red cat stood slumped and wheezing. The writing on the sign around its neck looked like scrawling worm tracks. Huff, puff, huff. Hey there, the cat rasped.
What does that actually say on your sign?
Huff, huff, huff.
I mean, I can't read it is all.
The cat peered at him dazedly. It seemed utterly exhausted. Carnivorous. The word came out as a reedy little whimper. Carnivorous.
Huh? Say that again.
Carnivorous.
Carnivorous. Oh, right. As in something that eats meat.
The red cat nodded.
Sure. So should I take that as I'm carnivorous then?
The red cat shook its head slightly.
But it's referring to an animal that eats meat, yeah?
The cat said nothing.
Right. I've got it. You don't need to say anything else.
Not wanting to prolong the labored conversation any further, Norikawa quietly slipped away. There was a hole in the floor, so Norikawa dived through it. After falling for a better part of a minute, he landed on the floor below and set off briskly down the corridor that stretched before him. I think even the writer is getting tired of writing that, which is why he's jumping. Hey, looks like you finally made it. It was a brown cat who greeted him at the next room. Congratulations. It bowed repeatedly in satisfaction.
Oh, I made it through already? That was easier than I expected.
The cat let out an amused snort. Its long whiskers bobbed about gracefully. Now then, based on the hints you've gathered, you need to answer my final questions. Are you ready?
Sure thing.
Once you've given me an answer, you can't change it, alright?
And there's only one correct answer?
Only one. Are you ready? Given the hints from the honest cat, what is the answer to the question, who am I? Oh. So... What? I can't go up?
I think it's the Othello one. Wait, go back.
I can't go up.
That's not good.
That's not good. It was probably
Why did you go
Othello.
so fast?
I was gonna do what I do normally and scroll up and down for all the options. Oops. Guess you're going with a banana.
It's not a banana.
Yeah, I can't scroll up. That's unfortunate. Who is the honest one?
The blue cat.
Wrong.
Huh? Whoa!
This is my bad. You're right. This isn't the last time we're going through this. We're going through this again.
Hey! I hope you remember what we did to get there.
I think it should already be highlighted. So we can talk about whatever we want while we're waiting. Do you got any... So you got a pretty good idea of what the answer is. Based on, like, what the multiple choice stuff is, right?
You went through it so fast. I saw an Othello piece, and that sounded very reasonable, given what we know. Black and white, round, can't move under its own power.
I know the first one was a lion. I don't remember what other ones we saw. A banana. The Enigma of Amigara Fault.
Is this supposed to evoke, like, really old computer games?
I think so, yeah.
With, like, the graphics and the kind of, like, lo-fi sound effects and stuff?
Yeah.
I feel like when I was, like 3 or 4 years old, like, I used to play computer games that looked like this on, like, this, like, old, like, Mac Plus or something that we had in my basement.
I don't think I've ever played one of those. The old games I remember playing as a kid outside of, like, console stuff is, like, Oregon Trail.
That was a good one. That was a frustrating game, because I would get there and they'd be like, oh, it took you a long time to get here. And then I'd get kind of like like a really low score, and it's like, well, I mean, I was trying to just, like, kill all my dudes, you know? Like, it's not a race, it's a journey. But they were just like, dude, you're a freaking scrub. Like, it took you like 3 months to get here.
Journey before destination, come on. There's this browser game called A Dark Room. Have I told you about this game?
No, I don't think so.
It's pretty interesting. I would recommend it. I remember when I was working at, it was like some desk job, some boring desk job. I would just have that, be playing that on my browser while I was waiting for something.
Is
to
it like a mystery horror kind of thing?
kind of a more mystery than horror.
Okay.
I feel like saying more, explaining things about it might spoil stuff, because it's like there's a lot of, it's about the discovery, I think.
Okay. I'll check it out.
Jiggling his chubby tummy. But yeah, I think it takes about maybe like an hour and a half of playtime. That's how long it takes to complete a playthrough.
I'm pretty stupid, so it probably would take me longer. I have a intellectual disability. It's called not being very smart.
Well, we'll see if you've solved the thing.
I think I got it. I think I did.
Sure. Okay. Just making sure we're not going the wrong way. We're almost there.
And it was all yellow. Look at this cat. It's telling lies to you. It doesn't want you to know it's true. It said this song was yellow.
Harumph. Sounds like Minotikawa has figured it out too. At this point.
Yeah, because he knows that cat's full of poop.
Yeah. It's like, I guess I'll write this down. Alright, and then we went left from here towards the Mewling. Yeah. Okay. After this little section, we should be back. Apologies.
So is it?
Oh, to the chat. That's what I was saying. Go ahead.
Apologies. Doing this over and over again is like half the fun.
Okay. I take it back. I take back my apologies.
Is there a Japanese version of this game where everything is in Japanese? Like little signs are in Japanese?
I think so. I think the original version is in Japanese. Maybe when translating, they changed some of the signs to English. All of them, all of the signs to English of this cat thing. All right, I'm not gonna go too quickly. I don't want to accidentally push the wrong button.
If you did, it wouldn't be the end of the world. We would just have to do this
We
again.
just have to do it again. All right, you ready?
Yeah.
Given the hints from the honest cat, what is the answer to the question? Who am I? Is it a lion?
No.
Is it corn?
No.
Is it a newspaper?
No.
Is it Othello pieces?
Yes.
Who is the honest one? The blue cat?
Blue cat. If this is wrong, I'm quitting.
That's correct.
Okay.
The brown cat said cheerfully. Now then, please make your way inside. Minotikawa headed down the corridor. He found himself facing a grimy door. There is no other way to continue,
Here goes.
he thought. He drew his leg back and gave the door a hearty kick.
Bad end.
The mob of young men inside the bar turned as one as the sound of the door crashed open. Who the hell are you? And then we've done this before. It just leads us back to the story.
With no fanfare.
With
You
no
don't get
fanfare.
anything.
You just get a little
back in this-
congratulations. Yeah. And it's pretty great. Alright, let me show you the true end. Then we can look at some of this bonus content. Let's see, what do I need to change? I had it pulled up.
I'm glad we did that though. I like stupid nonsense like that.
Yeah, it was
I would
pretty
play
fun.
a game that was just like a bunch of that.
Let's see. Gotta make sure Kano has the right choice. I see. We have to change all the options to Mercy and Pacifist. So we're changing this to I want to know the password instead of we gon' die today.
If that's what you're really after, then you can't kill me. I would hate it if you killed me.
Alright, I just gotta let this play out so it locks in. Okay, I think it's locked in. Achi needs this to be C. It is on C. And Sateno needs this option to be B.
Don't shoot cannon.
I think it's instead of saying I will. Yeah, this one. I don't want to pull this trigger if I don't have to. Don't make me pull this trigger. I would hate it if you made me pull this trigger, Batman. And then she's just like, shoot me, shoot me. And then let's see, Jack. Oh, hold on a second. Something different here. Ooh, I see. What is different? There's some different things here.
Ooh, the link you sent me has adult imagery.
Oh, it does?
Yeah. I got a warning. It was like, are you over 18? And I was like, yeah, you know me.
You know me. It says Jack at 1930 has to be, the choice has to be different.
Jack at 1930, don't mind if I do.
Maybe it's, maybe that's a...
Oh wait, no, it's already 2118.
Alright.
I have to wait till tomorrow.
I think the epilogue is different. Let's jump down into the deepest part, the confrontation, and see what's changed. I think that's the... how it's gonna be. Alright. Maybe things are different. That isn't Kanan! Tap, 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 tap. Mario's voice exploded into the silence of the standoff. I doubt we're getting better testimony than that, Stanley said, his gun still at the ready. There's no talking your way out of things this time. Alphard. The expression on Alphard's face didn't change. She stood still, a mannequin without a soul. What'd she do to Kanan? Maria demanded, marching unsteadily toward the terrorist.
Maria, stay back.
Osawa exclaimed. She ignored him.
Hey, don't get any closer.
Toteno barked. He looked exhausted, on the verge of collapse.
Answer me.
Maria cried, still advancing.
What happened to Kanan?
But still, Alphard said nothing. Stanley, too, began edging toward her. It doesn't matter what you ask, he
Okay.
said. She won't tell you anything. Bit by bit, he inched closer. He was going to try to take her down.
Sorry, let me turn your question around.
Alphard said abruptly.
What do you think?
Maria paused, confused.
What do I think about what?
What do you think happened to Kanan?
The corners of her lips twisted up, shaping a mirthless smile. You killed her, didn't you? Maria's words came out as a whisper.
What was that? I couldn't quite hear you.
You killed Kanan, didn't you?
This time Maria cried out with biting fury. Alphard snickered. She's provoking me, Maria thought, forcing herself to swallow her rage. She couldn't let herself get caught up in Alphard's game where her anger would spill out of control. Why are you laughing? By force of will, Maria made her voice firm and steady.
Because she's not a very good person. That's why, Maria. Because I'm guessing you weren't expecting me to show up here.
Alphard raised an eyebrow ever so slightly.
This thing here. It's a bomb, isn't it?
Maria held out the necklace.
What?
Stanley furrowed his brow.
Of course. Even if we managed to catch you here, you'd still be able to destroy the lab.
Still, the smile remained on Alphard's face. She seemed to enjoy watching the others figure out her intentions.
But you can't trigger the bomb with me standing this close, can you?
Maria locked eyes with Alphard.
Unless you're prepared to sacrifice yourself?
She stood like an image of bravery, while on the inside her apprehension threatened to tear her apart. She could feel her heart thudding so furiously that she thought it might explode. Cold sweat trickled down her spine. Only her rage at Kanan's murder kept her from backing down.
Go ahead and blow yourself up if that's what you want, she said. But you'll die with nothing. Your death will mean nothing. But not mine. My death will avenge Kanan's.
Silence fell outside the laboratory gates. Stanley and Toteno stood frozen, their guns still trained on Alphard. Both men were ready to pull the trigger at the slightest provocation. Just how long had they been there, staring one another down? The passage of time seemed to slow, seconds drawn into hours. Osawa swallowed audibly. A gulp. Finally, Alphard tossed her gun onto the pavement and held up both hands in surrender. Stanley wasted no time, springing forward to secure her. He gave her a thorough pat-down from behind. He removed a small device that looked like a detonator from one of her pockets. On your knees. Alphard did as she was told. Good. Now hands behind your head. Try anything funny, and I will shoot. Without a word, Alphard placed her hands on the back of her head, fingers laced together. What are you playing at? Stanley growled disdainfully. Finally realized you can only push your luck so far. She responded with a faint snicker.
It's not my policy to resist when things are hopeless.
Her tone was detached, her intentions unreadable. Good. That'll make this easy. Stanley kept the barrel of his gun pointed at Alphard's head. This is for my brother. The words hung in his throat, unspoken. A surge of emotion coursed through him. Just a tiny bit more pressure from his index finger and he could put a bullet right through Alphard's head. His long journey would finally reach its conclusion. But although he had wished for this moment more than anything, his finger did not move. If he pulled the trigger now, would that truly be the end? His mind reeled at the implications. My mind is reeling. Toteno watched Stanley closely, eventually letting out a tiny sigh of relief. They were in this together after all. Now they just needed to be careful not to let down their guard. He kept one eye on Alphard as he went to pick up the gun she'd discarded. But he was too late. The gun was gone.
This is for Kanan.
Maria had lunged forward, snatching up the gun.
Maria, no.
Osawa cried.
What are you thinking?
She ignored her father, taking aim at Alphard's forehead.
Kanan's dead, and you're gonna pay.
The smoldering rage she'd fought to hold back blazed up with renewed fury.
Maria,
Stanley said calmly.
put down the gun.
He had nothing but words to stop her. There was no telling what Alphard might do if he took his gun off her.
What will this accomplish?
He asked, keeping his tone as level as possible. Maria's face remained awash with anger.
Maria,
Her father pleaded.
please don't do this.
Tateno took a step forward.
Basically, go on. Hand me the gun.
He said.
Stay back.
Maria's arm trembled as she aimed the gun. Everyone stood frozen, not even daring to breathe. The slightest wrong move might bring disaster. The silence roared.
I don't care.
Alphard sneered.
If you want to shoot, then shoot. You do want to avenge Cain, don't you?
Yes I do.
Maria tightened her grip on the gun. Memories of her friend drifted through her mind. To Maria, born into peace, meeting Kanan had been like touching a world beyond her own, a far more complicated world. Kanan had blood on her hands from the time she was a little girl, a walking contradiction of cruelty and childishness, and yet she had lived her life according to her own unshakable beliefs. Meeting her had made Maria think hard about her own identity. What did it mean to be Japanese? No, that wasn't the question. What did it mean to be Maria Osawa? That was the crux of it all. They had been able to find common ground, despite differing ideals, because both possessed an unshakable sense of self. Maria made her decision. Ooh. Okay, so in the true ending we do have choices. What do you want to do?
I'll pull the trigger and finish what Kanan started. Because that's the only way to make this right by her.
The tense equilibrium came crashing down as Maria let out a shout. I think this goes to the same ending as before. Yeah,
It.
it does.
Okay. Okay. Fine.
You're not Kanan. You know how it said before, you have an unshakable sense of self?
He did?
Yeah, like right before that. You have different ideals, you have an unshakable sense of self. You know who you are. And so you're just you
Yeah,
gotta be
someone
like,
who wants to
"I'm not
shoot this evil woman.
Maria's anger dissipated like smoke in a sudden wind. Like gas passing from. The tension seeped from her body, and she carefully lowered her gun.
What's the matter?
Alphard smirked.
Why won't you shoot?
Her eyes blazed with contempt for Maria's naivete.
No, I'm not being naive.
Maria told herself. Do unto others as they have done to you. An eye for an eye, a tooth for a tooth. What does this recurring pattern of retribution really accomplish?
It's just an endless cycle of hatred. That's why I'm not going to fight. Because I'm not like Kanan.
Tears flooded from her eyes.
I'm not like Kanan. But people who are different can still be friends. And I'm gonna honor our friendship by not taking revenge.
No matter what happens, I'm not going to hurt anyone, Maria said.
Maybe that's not very realistic, but this is my fight. And I'll fight the way I choose.
She wiped away her tears. For the first time, Maria felt that she understood Kanan. If she'd been able to see her just one more time, she would have she would have be able to speak her mind without fear. I could show Kanan the true me, and maybe then we would be friends. For real. But that wasn't going to happen. Not anymore. Maria handed the gun to Tateno, then looked up at the nighttime sky. In the distance, she could faintly hear the sound of police sirens. Not one star could be seen in the sky over Shibuya. These guys again. A black car of foreign make arrived at the laboratory and pulled up to the curb. Stanley's superior, Gordon, emerged from the back. A few of his men followed and promptly placed Alphard in handcuffs. I don't remember the voice he used.
Well done.
Gordon
Something
said.
like that.
Stanley gave him a slight nod.
I'll be taking Alphard back to headquarters. You can finish up here.
Understood, sir. Gordon shoved Alphard into the back seat and slid in alongside her, and the car drove off.
Who was that just now?
Tateno asked Stanley. My boss. Sorry, but we'll be taking Alphard into custody.
You will, huh?
Tateno frowned, but decided not to press the point. They'd put a stop to Alphard's plan, and they had saved Maria's life. That was enough for him. Maybe it even began to atone for what he'd done to Itomi. Kano, Suzune, Kotone. Tateno pictured all of their faces. Perhaps, in the end, he'd managed to become worthy of their respect. Yeah, I think this is slightly different. This part, you know? It's all over. Stanley spoke under his breath. His gaze locked on the car taking Alphard away. The black cloud that hung over his heart had yet to lift, but he knew that today was the day he could finally put revenge aside. No longer would memories of his brother bring only sorrow. This'll do, won't it, Frank? Abruptly, Maria's cell phone rang in Stanley's pocket. Oh, that's right. I meant to give this back to you. He handed the phone back to Maria. I wonder who's calling. Maria picked up. She could hardly believe it when she heard the voice on the line. Brusque, yet girlish, with a daredevil ring. A voice that had been burned into her mind since the day she met its owner. No, it can't be. She had been sure she'd never hear that voice again. In an instant, Maria's face was damp with cheers of joy. Thank goodness. Oh, thank goodness.
It's the guy from the Publishers Clearinghouse. Oh no, it's Kanan.
I thought you were going to say it's Shizuo. Maria couldn't hold back her sobs. The tears kept coming and coming, and she had never wept with joy like this in her life.
That would be funny if it was Shizuo.
It's me, pretty honey. Can I talk to your dad? Achi held his breath. He could no longer feel the seconds ticking by. The numbers on the display were changing more and more slowly, but still he watched them. It was impossible not to fixate on the countdown. Kano and Achi continued to stare at the timer. It had stopped. The timer had actually stopped.
Hey, we did it!
Achi dropped to his knees with a cry of triumph. The rest of the Shibuya Scramble burst into cheers.
You were one reckless guy, you know that?
Kano held his hand out. Achi grinned up at him.
Hey, that makes two of us.
The two clasped hands firmly, their handshake conveying more than any words could have. Achi! Achi! Suzumu came rushing over. You did it, man. I knew you could do it. The two bumped fists.
Oh, it weren't just me. I could never have done it without you guys' help.
Susumu smiled bashfully smiled.
Hey, Susumu, take care of SOS for me.
You got it. Susumu looked him squarely in the eye. Achi gave him a little nod, and the two solemnly bumped butts again. Suddenly
That's not what it said. This is a family show. Just talk about edging and butts and stuff.
Suddenly there was a blinding
There's
flash.
kids at home.
Achi spun around to see Chiaki standing there, beaming happily, her digital camera ready for another shot.
Hey, everyone gather up.
Minodekawa called out to Achi and his pals.
You guys are the heroes of Shibuya.
Photo time, everyone.
Chiaki said.
Get ready.
The young men struck a pose together.
Wait, her too.
Minodekawa ushered...
Wait, her too. Oh,
I
no,
think,
no, no,
I
I
think
got it right the first
Minodekawa
time.
is right, yeah. They ushered Hitomi over to stand with Achi.
Hitomi.
Achi flashed her a sheepish grin. It was all thanks to Hitomi that he'd been able to do what he had done. Keeping Shibuya safe, keeping his promise to Suzume. Hitomi had been his inspiration for it all. There were so many things he wanted to say, but he couldn't get the right words out. Achi, I... Hitomi's cheeks were damp with tears.
Hey now, young lady.
Minodekawa called.
No crying now. Come on, show us a smile.
He struck a goofy pose beside Chiaki. At last, the smile returned to Hitomi's face.
It really is the best.
Hmm? Hitomi looked up at Achi in confusion.
You smile.
He said.
It's the best. I don't care what anyone else says. I don't think anyone was like talking trash about Hitomi's smile.
Your smile sucks. He spoke so earnestly that Hitomi couldn't help but smile even more.
Okay, here we go, people. Get your best faces on.
Oops. At Minodekawa's signal, everyone let out a joyous victory cry. Come on, guys, Susumu shouted. Let's lift Achi up where everyone can see him. The members of SOS let out another roar.
No, you don't gotta do that, guys. Hey, cut it out.
But Achi had already been swallowed by the enthusiastic throng. Heave ho, heave ho, oh, oh, oh. There, in the middle of the scramble, Achi was being hailed as a hero. Kano looked on with a satisfied smile. What they had achieved together was nothing less than a miracle. It had taken a lot of luck and more than a few coincidences for them to stop the bomb.
Coincidences?
Kano muttered to himself. No, that wasn't right. This was something different altogether. Fate, that's what it was. And not just one person's fate. The destinies of several people had collided, gathered momentum until coincidence became inevitability, and Shibuya was saved. The raucous crowd tossed Achi high into the air again and again and again and again. As the plainclothes detective, Kano would probably never be showered with adulation quite like that. Well, that was alright. A detective's duty was to ensure the safety of the people. He didn't put his life on the line so that he could be a hero. Just seeing all those smiles, that was good enough for him. Kano only needed the approval of one person, and that was Rumi.
Rumi, I hope she managed to get out of Shibuya, okay?
Suddenly worried, Kano pulled out his cell phone. There was a whole bunch of things he wanted to tell her. He couldn't share the whole story, police rules wouldn't allow it, but he wanted to let her know as much as he could. That the kidnapping case had been resolved safely, for instance. That he learned about the tortured past of the detective he so admired. That his partner was going to pull through. That he'd managed to finally talk to her father. That he'd put his life on the line to save Shibuya from danger. Oh yeah, and that was the end of last time, right? Just about it. Rumi would listen quietly to the very end, and then Kano thought he knew just what she'd say. Short and sweet, in that gentle voice of hers. Good job.
Yeah, I think that was where it ended last time.
Yeah.
Remy? Hello?
There was no response. Did they have a bad connection?
Hello? Remy, you there? Can you hear me? Look, it's closed now. You're still so close to Shibuya. I'd love to see you. I forget.
Who is this? Who's talking?
If I had to guess, I'm not 100%. But if I had to guess, I would say probably, for my money, I would say it's probably Shizuo. So you said, some things like this because you want to see me, huh? Don't you have a mountain of paperwork you should be doing first?
The gruff voice was Shizuo's. Nailed
Oh,
it.
nailed it! I got it right.
The perfect ending. That's the true ending, talking to Shizuo.
Oh, well, you see, Father, I told you not to call me that.
Shizuo barked so loudly over the phone that Kano's ear rang.
Right now, of course. And yes, I'll do my job. I just wanted to check and make sure that Remy was all right. Looks like I misjudged you. Maybe you are the kind of guy who'd blow off work to meet with a girl.
Who
This is Rumi.
Yeah, this is Rumi. Who is Rumi's voice?
I don't know. You voice most of the girls.
You want me to
Let me
voice her again?
I'm gonna say you.
Okay.
Dad, hey.
Kano heard Rumi's voice cry out with exasperation.
Come on, let me have my phone.
I know that work is important, sir.
Kano said hurriedly.
Rumi is even more important to me.
He felt his panic rising. After all that had happened, he didn't want Shizuo to end up with a bad impression.
Oh, be quiet. If you want to see Rumi, you can do it once you finish your work. Well, but I'm not sure when that's going to be. I waited on you today a lot longer than I wanted. So at this point, I don't care how long it takes you. We can wait all night if we have to.
Shizuo let out a peculiar sigh.
And then, you and I can talk about you marrying my daughter.
Before Kano could be sure he'd heard that right, Shizuo hung up.
Huh? What?
He stared at the phone, his mind reeling. And then he was hit with a veritable explosion of joy.
Yes!
Kano leapt into the air and shouted with delight, his voice echoing through the Shibuya streets.
He jumped pretty high. I guess he did do rugby in college.
Once the crowd had put Achi back down on his feet, he rushed over to Hitomi.
So, Hitomi,
Yes?
Hitomi, there's so much stuff I want to talk to you about. So many things I want to tell you.
He gazed into her face.
But, Sasune,
He didn't know how to continue. Hitomi smiled warmly. She understood.
Go on, Achi. Go see your sister. There's nobody here in trouble that you need to rescue now.
thank you. I better get going then, to see Sasune.
Achi broke away from his circle of friends and headed out of the Shibuya Scramble. Strangely enough, his leg didn't hurt too much now. Despite all that had happened, he felt invigorated, as if he was just waking to a brand new day.
Achi!
Hitomi called after him.
I will see you again, won't I?
Achi nodded vigorously.
Of course. Just come to Shibuya. You'll find me.
Hey, they didn't kiss.
He had been born and raised in Shibuya, but after today, he loved the place more than ever. Right. I don't think I can skip the credits. But there's more afterwards.
Do you mind if I go FK for like 30 seconds while these credits are rolling?
I don't mind. I'll just I'll entertain the crowd somehow.
Yeah, tell them a joke.
Yeah, okay. All right, chat. Folks in the chat, knock knock. I said knock knock. Banana. Knock knock. Banana. Knock knock. Banana. Alright. Knock knock. Orange. Orange, you glad I didn't say banana? Ayo. Alright, let's see this. So I found this, I'm pulling up another Reader's Digest article. This one is titled The 100 Funniest Jokes from the Last 100 Years. So if there's a joke that's older than 100 years, it's probably not going to be on here. So let's see. Oh, they're all from Reader's Digest things. Has Reader's Digest been going on for 100? It has. Wow. Reader's Digest has been going on for 100 years. Is this a joke from each year? It might be. Alright. Let's see. Let's see if these are good.
What'd you tell them?
Oh, I started off with some knock-knock jokes. I was like, knock-knock.
Who's there?
I did banana. I said banana. And I kept doing that, and then I said orange. Orange, you glad I didn't say banana.
Oh wow, I've never heard
You
of
did that one. Have you heard this one? Knock knock.
Who's there?
I eat.
I eat poo. Dog. Come on, man.
Gotcha.
How old are you? Are you like 31?
Okay, so I looked up this article. I went Reader's Digest jokes. Apparently, Reader's Digest is 100 years old. So this article is the 100 funniest jokes from the last 100 years.
Okay. Is it one per year?
I don't know. So far, scrolling down, it looks like it.
Jokes.
So what year did you want to hear from? The earliest is 1922.
Let's start there.
1922. They're not in chronological order, so hold on, give me a second.
Wait, what? They're not?
They're not.
Are they're in order of how funny they are?
I don't know what order they're in. Oh, Control F does not pull up a 1922 joke. The earliest joke is 1926.
What if they're just all from 1926?
The
That's just like the
1926
funniest
joke?
year.
1926 joke is a
They're just
bird.
all like Warren Harding jokes or something.
A bird in the hand is bad table manners, is what it says. That's it.
Okay.
That's 1926. No 1927. 1929. One of the oddities of Wall Street is that it is the dealer and not the customer who is called broker. All right.
Because they're
The customer's
they're
one that gets
broke?
broke, I suppose.
that was probably funnier back in 1929.
Yeah, it said
Lost translation.
the same month that joke came out was when the stock market crashed.
Yeah, when Black Tuesday.
Very topical. You just had to be there. Alright, let's finish this epilogue. Gordon and Alphard sat in the back seat as the car sped along the highway.
Here.
Gordon tossed the handcuff key onto the seat beside him.
What happened down at the Scramble?
Alphard asked, picking up the key and unlocking her cuffs.
Leland Palmer was arrested by the Japanese police. And the bomb in the attaché case was defused, apparently. Still, Palmer shouldn't pose a problem once we get him into CIA custody. I see. Much obliged. You really got yourself backed into a corner, though, didn't you?
Gordon said.
Yeah. I was only able to accomplish half of what I intended. Half?
Alphard produced a vial from her pocket. It was filled with red liquid.
Is that Hitomi's blood?
Gordon asked.
Indeed. I managed to acquire the antiviral. But when?
Gordon peered at her in bewilderment.
When I blew up the minivan.
In the dim light of the vehicle, Alphard's eyes shone darkly, like those of a wounded animal. Extracting the blood from Hitomi while she was unconscious had been a simple matter. Saving the girl's life had been more than just a means of ensuring her trust. Alphard had been looking for the right moment to carry out the extraction. Total secrecy was essential. If it became public knowledge that the drug existed and that some of it had been stolen, the value of the UA virus would plummet.
Our primary objective here was to destroy that research facility. Still, getting our hands on the antiviral is better than nothing. Well done as always, Alphard.
This is new.
Is that the Staples Center?
Oh, it's a video.
What the heck? A lot of folks. The Clippers must be playing tonight. I just love the Clippers.
They're my favorite band.
What's she doing? Something cute, probably. Oh. She got a gun. She's aiming at.
Wrong way, buddy.
Is that Kanan?
I think so.
Oh, but we don't know what we don't know what happened.
That's the end. And then I'll show you what these bookmarks are.
So we got the white one, right?
We got the white one and the black one.
お前はまだ復讐を考えているな。
パスコードが変えられている。
解放戦線を裏切ったのか。
目的となる貨物車両を3秒。警報は解除したんじゃないのか。
定か、そちらの進行は。
潜入経路に問題はない。みんな黙らせていいんだよ。
彼女の専門は暗号を破る。
それ以外に理由はない。
あら、待て。
渋谷の文字はお前とは相性が悪いみたいだ。
So it's like a little manga? Like a little... It's like this in like a manga version?
Let me show you really quick, and then we'll do this bonus content. The story never truly ends. You hit the bonus content. Oh no, that was not R1. What is R1 on this controller?
Rip, we gotta go back to the dungeon again.
We gotta go through this whole thing. R1. What is R1? Let me just use my keyboard. This is probably easier. Well, we played that for 46 hours. Almost 47.
Wait, but wasn't that actually like below the like projected playtime somehow?
I
Didn't
don't
it say
remember.
like 50 or something? I
There,
remember you looked it up and it was something like ridiculously long.
it's a little bonus things. That's
Oh,
what it does.
cool.
So, Kanan's is a prequel leading up to it's like anime hand-drawn illustrations instead of photos. I guess they didn't want to hire more actors. Drawing is a little cheaper. And then
Is it? I would think that it's...
there's a little side story about Suzune, about her time in the hospital. Pretty interesting. They're both Suzune's isn't too long. It's probably like 40 minutes. But Kanan's is pretty long. It's a pretty long thing. I didn't get around to finishing it when I first did the thing. So yeah.
So it sounds like this is actually not the last week of Shibuya Scramble.
Did you want to do more? If you wanted to do that next time, we could. It's up to you.
I mean, it's up to you. Hey.
Hey.
That's what I said.
Let's check out this bonus content before we close out. Oh, these are all the previews of like next time. But this is the pop quiz. Let's see how you do on the pop quiz.
Ooh, I love pop quizzes. My second favorite type of quiz after foreseen.
Alright, your first question. The UA virus is approximately this many nanometers in diameter.
Oh crap! You don't have choices or anything?
Nope. No choices. You have to type it in.
Well, there's about a 1 in 1,000 chance that I get this right. I'm gonna say
3 digits.
17. 017.
017.
Yeah.
How do you go to the OK? Oh, tab.
It's like that other
There
thing.
we
You
go.
can't go back down. You have to start over.
No, it's not it. If I remember
Wait.
correctly...
It doesn't let you keep going till it gets the right answer?
Oh, we can keep going.
Oh,
We guessed
no,
and
no,
we were
no.
wrong. You want to keep going?
Alright. No, I want to see if you know it.
I think the answer is 100. 100? Maybe. Yeah. That was like a long time ago when they first introduced the UA virus. Answering pop quiz questions correctly will let you read special episodes. And then you get to learn about this stuff. It's just a very short thing. Ozu snarled at the young man who sat before him in the dingy little office. I thought it would just give me the option. I wasn't expecting to actually go through a whole story.
He's Australian though, right? Like, do you understand what it means to break a promise between men?
The man glared back at him. I think I voiced the young one too. What do you want me to say? He muttered. Ozu had seen that same look plenty of times before, and he despised it. It was the look of a man who hadn't realized he'd already lost. Ozu hated people like that more than anything.
5 million, and the interest on it hasn't been paid. When was the payment for that interest due again?
Yesterday.
Well, if you knew that, then how come you haven't paid it?
Ozu's voice rose to a bellow that practically shook the windows. He couldn't tolerate anyone breaking promises. No exceptions. I understand. Despite Ozu's fury, the man seemed unconcerned. I'll walk it off. I'm in shape. His upper arms sported bulging biceps. They were the arms of a fighter. Or if that's no good, I can always sell me organs. The man added nonchalantly. It struck Ozu as a ridiculous offer, the suggestion of a clueless youth.
Listen, pal, you can't just up and offer to sell your organs. Your parents wouldn't want you. Your parents wouldn't like it, basically.
I have taken
They
care
wouldn't be into that.
I have taken care of myself, and so my organs.
Stop jerking me around.
Ozu lurched to his feet and kicked the table hard. I'm not jerking anyone around. I'm being serious. The man looked squarely back at Ozu.
What did you spend the 5 million on?
The older man grumbled. If I tell you that, will you wipe the debt clean?
Of course not.
Again, Ozu kicked the table. The young man shrugged. I needed some funds to set up a bank transfer scam.
Oh?
Ozu straightened up reflexively, picking up the scent of money.
But a scam like that requires a fake account in someone else's name.
Yes, it does. Oh, I think I'm the one that's saying the wrong thing. I tried to go through some black market channels to get one, but, well, I just wound up losing me money over and over. The man continued, describing how he'd blown through over 1.5 million yen before landing the fake account. I figured that once I had the account, though, I'd be able to make something work. Thinking that his fraud scheme needed a bigger team, the man tried to recruit some scam artists online. He'd ponied up 3 million to use for advance funds for the effort, but once he'd given it over to the team he'd assembled, they had all skipped town the next day. Now desperate, he'd taken the remaining $500,000 to illegally purchase a list of easy marks. Said list contained the phone numbers of several dozen elderly people who had fallen for such bank transfer schemes before. The man had tried making his way down the list, calling one number after the other. None of the numbers on the list, however, actually wound up connecting to anyone. Rather than craft his own fraud scheme, the man had fallen victim to one himself.
You were looking for some suckers, but you got suckered yourself.
Ozu snorted. Yeah, the man grumbled sullenly. Look, could you please just let me make a quick phone call?
A phone call, huh?
Yeah, there's another mark I've been working on since this morning who just needs a little more coaxing. If I pull it off, I might be able to pay you what I owe. There's no way this guy was pulling off a scam. From all he'd heard so far, Ozu was sure of it. but that made him all the more amused at the thought of letting this guy have his call.
This I gotta hear. Go ahead, make your call.
Ozu turned the phone's speaker on, then handed the receiver to the other man. With a notebook in his other hand, the man dialed. The phone rang several times, and then someone picked up. Hello, Grandma? It's me. Did you get the money? Oh, my. Do you want to be the grandma, or?
Yeah, I'll be the guy. Oh, Masa, is that you? How's school going?
I'm already working now, Grandma. Didn't I tell you?
Oh, yes, that's right. That's right. Oh, how lovely. How's your homework looking for today? Oh, and make sure you come straight home and don't buy too much candy while you're out.
The old woman on the other end of the line sounded completely senile. She was under
Yeah,
the mistaken impression that this man was your grandson. So anyway, Grandma, you remember what we talked about last time? Did you get the money?
Oh, money? Was there something that you wanted?
No, it's not like that. Do you remember our phone call from earlier?
Of course not. I'm senile. A phone call? Phone call? What do you mean?
These two weren't even on the same page. Ozu frowned skeptically as he listened to the back and forth. Remember what I said I'd been in a car accident? I hurt someone really bad and I needed to pay a settlement.
Masa, you don't need to lie, you know.
Lie? The man looked panicked. I'm not lying.
It's alright. Grandmothers can tell this sort of thing.
But I'm not lying.
I bet you really want to buy some new video game. It's okay, Masa. I've got enough saved up to buy it for you. Don't you worry. I've been all alone ever since your grandpa died, and so I'm just happy when you can call me. Buying you a video game is the least I can do.
The joy in the old woman's voice left the con artist at a loss for words.
Your father and your uncles never come around to see me anymore. I'm so very happy you called. Thanks to you, I feel I might live another 10 years.
Forget 10 years. I want you to see 100 more years, Grandma, the young man managed to rasp. His eyes had grown blurry with tears.
Masa,
Yeah?
will you call me again?
Yeah, I will.
That's a promise now.
I will, I swear I will.
Alright, I'll talk to you later then.
The man hung up the phone.
But he didn't get the money. He didn't get the Oh, they'll make that into a movie for sure.
Ozu said with a faint chuckle.
You really have no sense for duplicity whatsoever.
The man hung his head.
But there's something even more unforgivable to me than that.
Ozu took a step forward, looming aggressively above the other man. The fellow began to tremble.
Real men don't break promises.
Ozu snatched the debtor by the collar and dragged him to his feet.
I'm gonna have you work off what you owe me real slow.
The man blinked in confusion.
You're gonna work under me for the rest of my life. And you're gonna keep up your act with that old lady until she dies.
Huh?
I'm not letting you break your promise to call her.
Suddenly, a tiny hint of kindness showed through Ozu's gruff expression. Several years have passed since then. The younger man still makes the rounds with Ozu, still deep in debt. His name is Yotaro Sagawa. His schedule for today involves collecting money at the apartment of some broke actor, putting pressure on the president of a publishing company with cash flow problems, and then shaking down some shady guy who's trying to sell some weird diet drink. Then, a select hint. How did you enjoy that tale of the loan shark's first meeting? We hope you found it entertaining. Now here's some tempting info for you. In Osawa's story, in the 12 o'clock time block, remember, rubber gloves appear at some point. During that scene, the background zooms away, right? Try waiting for that movement to finish and see what happens. Have fun with that, and I'll see you next time. What do you think that's about?
I don't know. Probably has something to do with my favorite character.
Your favorite character?
Yeah.
Oh, what is the... This is a pretty long episode. We should probably stop for now. We can do this stuff later.
Okay.
How interested are you in continuing? I'm fine with
I
continuing.
think it'd be fun.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it'd be fun.
All right. So this is not the last episode of 428 Shibuya Scramble. We are going to be exploring this pop quiz.
I would be happy to get one, if I'm being honest.
Okay,
Just one.
just one.
I'm not optimistic.
That's fine. You can like skim previous episodes, I guess, or we can like look in our game file.
Yeah, I can spend 50 hours like, listening to my own annoying voice, and maybe I'll get a question right. Yeah, that sounds like a good deal.
Sasayama's
That sounds
pet
like
name for his
something I'll
wife.
do.
What was it?
Little bird.
No, it's like something Chan, right?
Toots.
Tutsu-chan? Toots-chan?
Tootsie-chan.
Alright, so what is the
I
thing?
thought it was little bird.
Was it Little Bird?
I think it's little bird.
Wasn't there something that you said to save for the closing sign-off thing?
Oh, the hardest logic puzzle of all time.
Oh yeah.
Would you like to
Okay.
hear it?
Yeah, let's go for it.
Okay, so you I'm gonna pull this up to make sure I don't give you any incorrect information when I'm telling you the premise.
Okay. Don't give me something wrong.
Oh, okay. So there are three gods
3 gods.
in some order.
Some order.
The god of truth, the god of lies, and the god of randomness. The god of truth always tells the truth. The god of lies always lies. And
The god of random
whether-
says, "I'm so random."
it's like, oh my god, I'm so random. I cleaned my apartment yesterday at 3 a.m. I'm like so random. Like most people would have just like gone to sleep, or, like watched a movie, but I was like, I like had a glass of wine, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna clean my apartment. I'm like so weird.
I put relish on my hot dogs. Most people put
that's
ketchup
really
or mustard,
random.
but I put relish.
What's next? Bacon on your cheeseburger? No, so the random god just gives you an answer whose truthfulness could be thought of as being completely random, determined by a coin flip, follows no pattern. You get the idea.
Yeah.
So you have to determine the identities of the three gods, and all you can do is ask 3 yes or no questions, and each yes or no question has to be put to exactly one of the 3 gods.
Okay.
Now, you can choose to whom you pose question 2 without loss of generality based on the outcome of question 1. You can flowchart. Something else I wanted to clarify. Maybe not. Okay. So the gods in this problem understand English or whatever language you speak at home, but they will only answer in their own language, in which the words for yes and no are in some order da and ya. And you don't know which word means yes and which word means no.
I think I vaguely remember you telling us this question before. The da or ya. It's the da or ya that sounds familiar.
So yeah, you have to find out the identities of the gods, and you do not have to find out the meanings of the words. So yeah, the puzzle is just what
are the questions to ask?
are the questions that you pose. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, hold on. I got a little package, I suppose. Sorry about that. Wasn't expecting a package today.
What'd you get?
It looks like a bunch of picture books for whenever the baby arrives.
So you have a due date for the baby? Is it April, right?
In April, yeah. So like 2 months.
April 9th.
April 12th, actually.
Oh, it's close.
Pretty close.
A lot of my good buddies, some of whom I don't actually talk to anymore, so I guess they weren't that good of buddies after all, have birthdays right around then. Like,
when is the best birthday time, would you say? Do you think there's
I like
a best
the spring.
birthday? Yeah.
Yeah, I like the spring and the fall because you want to be born. You want your birth. You want nice weather on your birthday, right?
Yeah, nice
You
weather.
want to be born in December or whatever, unless you live in Australia. Yeah, so I'm
December,
actually
there's
my
also,
birthday's in
like-
early May, and I'm like pretty happy with that because it's usually nice.
Yeah. Same thing,
What
like
is it?
if you're born in Christmas, or near around Christmas, presents you get would probably be like half because people are like,
You get screwed. You get
Yeah.
super screwed. Yeah.
this present is for Christmas and your birthday.
Yeah, and it's like a loaf of bread or something.
So about this puzzle, is there
Just
like
braces. Your present is your
Braces.
braces. And your teeth aren't even that bad. Your present is I bought you a nose job. It's like, dog, Dad, I didn't even think there was anything wrong with my mouth.
So are there like set questions, like their actual questions, answers? I mean,
What do
Is
you
it more
mean?
for
You're
this
asking
puzzle,
for
is
like
it-
multiple choice?
is it more open-ended, or does it have to be like a specific? Is there a specific answer?
There is
to
a
solve
specific
this?
answer.
Okay.
Yeah. So, like, just to give an example, without giving too much away, just to
Yeah.
give an example, you could ask, you could look at the first god and say, is
Are
your
you-
neighbor, because it's fine to assume that they're sitting in some order or whatever, right?
Yeah.
You just need people to identify them. You say, is your neighbor the god of lies?
And they'll say da or ya.
Yes. And so that actually doesn't do anything.
Yeah.
And then, so the next thing you might think about, and again, I still don't think this is giving too much away.
You can say like,
Is
does da mean yes? And then they'll say like, yeah. And then you're like, well, I don't know what that means.
Well, that actually doesn't do anything, right? Because does yes mean yes?
Yeah.
Does no mean yes?
Who
But
knows?
you might, I think the next thing that people should think of is you might ask, if I were to ask you X, would you respond with da? Right, so you're asking, if I were to ask you whatever question, would you respond with yes? No. Would you respond with no? Yes. Would you respond with yes? Yes. Respond with that? No. And so you could start to use that to try to verify some statement or other.
And you can only ask one question each, huh? So once you ask that...
No. So you could, if you want, you can ask all three questions to the same cat. But you better have a reason to do that, because if you're just talking to the random god the whole time, then you're not going to get anywhere.
Yeah.
But it's not like one question each.
So
because you really never want to talk to the random one, because he doesn't.
All right. So here's my. I'm gonna attempt it once, and then we'll probably should end this video. I would ask probably the same question. Which would be like, are all three of you liars?
Okay.
And then I would ask the first one, are all three of you liars?
So I'll be the gods. Okay, so I'm the first one. Ask your question.
Are all three of you liars?
Da.
And then I'll ask the first one again, are all three of you liars?
Da.
And then I'll ask the second one, are all three of you liars?
Da. What do you know? What have you inferred?
So I'm assuming that the first one probably isn't too random. I'm hoping I didn't ask the random one.
Okay.
Because the answer didn't change.
It's always good when there's hoping involved in your solution.
Yeah. So I would say maybe the first one is telling the truth, the second one is lying, and the last one is random. But that's probably wrong.
That's not how you do it.
That's not how you do it. I was right, though.
About what?
Oh, never mind.
Oh, I never decided who was who.
Oh.
I just knew based on how simple the questions were that I could just say whatever and it would be fine.
So, is a trick like you have to ask like super specific stuff? So like, a question like, if you went to the grocery store with your neighbor and picked up a pack of flowers, a bag of cigarettes, and a box of chocolates, and you went over to the neighbor on your other side, would you be happy?
Okay. Don't be too disappointed, but that also is not the solution.
Well, oh,
I will say this, just in case anyone at home wants to go home and, well, they're already at home, and yeah, try to solve this puzzle. Much like the simpler version of this riddle, where you meet one brother who always lies and one brother who always tells the truth, and the solution is where you say, "What would your other brother say?" The solution to this question does involve, within the context of a single query, bouncing the gods off of each other, because they do know each other's identities.
Yeah. Kind of like the cats, where you have to try to ask, like, are you honest and your neighbor a liar or something?
Sort of.
Is your neighbor a liar? Well, that's
Like
all.
oh.
Go ahead. You're giving another hint, for the.
So yeah, I'm just rehashing some of the thoughts, some of the like sort of correct thoughts that I had before I gave up because this puzzle is way too hard and I'm just not smart enough to solve it and just looked up the answer. You could ask a question like, if I were to ask you if the sky was blue, would you answer da? And then if da means yes, then they're answering yes to that. And if da means no,
I
then
see.
they're answering no to that.
Just burn a
So-
question on confirming, like, what's correct.
Well, so if their answer is the opposite of yours, then they're lying. And if their answer is the same as yours, no. Whether
But you can't be sure, because you might be asking that to the random guy.
right. So,
So-
this is a way to get a confirmation about a statement, whether you're talking to the one who's telling the truth or the one who lies. I think I said that right.
Yeah, I think I see what you mean. But yeah, this is a little much. There's a lot of
Yeah, because the
Wild
liar
factors.
lies about the fact that they would lie,
yeah.
and the truth teller tells the truth about the fact that they would tell the truth. So if you're talking to either of them, you can get them to confirm a statement for you. So then the next thing to think about would be, what sort of statement would you like them to confirm?
Yeah.
So yeah, we'll stop there.
Yeah. The thing that's tough is just the random guy. How do you just hope that you don't talk to the random guy? Is that it?
No,
Or is there a way to confirm?
There's no hope. There's no hoping in the solution.
There's a way to confirm whether you're talking to the random guy or not?
There's like trees and stuff. Little trees.
I see. So, like, well, it's time to move on. This video's been pretty lengthy.
It's on the longer side, yeah.
Yeah.
But, we're getting to the end. It's just for the real content heads at home.
Yeah. I'll think about it. I won't look it up. I don't think I looked it up last time. I never figured it out. I was just like, well, it's just gonna sit in the back of my mind and I'll forget about it, and I forgot about it.
But this
So,
time you have lots of hints.
yeah. I'll ponder it. Maybe next time I'll get a little bulb. My light bulb will flicker on.
Ooh, that's another good puzzle. Light bulb puzzle.
I guess we're playing more Shibuya Scramble next week. We're gonna check
Yeah,
out
baby.
some of this bonus content. Maybe check out some of the little side stories that they've got going on. Figure out some of this pop quiz stuff. We'll see you guys next week.
See you, folks.